was the head or chief lead scout for General Custer's Army Cavalry Group. He later led him on to Little Bighorn, and that probably wasn't a good decision. But at any rate, it was called Francile's Hole for many, many years thereafter because he made that notation. In 1886, about a mile west of us out here at the edge of Canyon Diablo, we had a Spanish sheep herder that was out tending his flock. He reached down and picked up 3 real nice nuggets that he thought to be solid silver. He carried these guys home and buried them and hid them, not wishing to disclose the location of his rich mine. And in 1891, he needed some money, dug them up, carried them into an assay office. The report came back. They were 92% iron, 7% nickel, 1% platinum, iridium, and other trace elements. He had picked up 3 real nice meteorites. Word of this got back to Washington, D.C., and in 1891, they sent out their chief geologist of the country, a Mr. G.K. Gilbert. He was literally a world-renowned geologist, recognized worldwide. He was a gentleman that was credited with, among other things, correctly surmising that most of the impact craters on our moon were caused by meteor impacts. So what better fellow to send out here than Mr. Gilbert? Y'all are welcome to come on up and sit down on the floor or whatever. Or we'll get out of your way there. Mr. Gilbert came out in 1891, went down to the bottom of a meteor crater and performed an unbelievably intricate scientific test. He took a pocket compass out of his pocket and laid it on the floor of the crater. Because the needle on the compass did not spin wildly round and round like he thought that it would do, he then incorrectly drew the conclusion that this was not a meteor impact after all, but it was probably volcanic in origin, a steam blowout or something of that nature. Because of this stature of the scientific community, his findings, even though incorrect, would literally go unchallenged for many decades to follow. And that's vitally important, as you'll learn later on. In his defense, there is a lot of volcanic activity in our region, but nothing within 60 miles of us. If y'all get an opportunity to look out to the northeastern skyline there, well, it's a little cloudy right now, but sometimes it breaks out there. There's a line of buttes right on the horizon out there called the Hopi Buttes, and you can see almost every day about 8 or 10 extinct volcanic cinder cones sticking up there, the throats of ancient volcanoes. Over to our northwest, again, big snow known as Flagstaff, but behind all of that snow cloud there is a line of mountains that is called the San Francisco Peaks. The highest point of those mountains is the highest point in the state of Arizona, Mount Humphreys, at 12,366 feet high, highest point in our state. That entire range of mountains are all extinct volcanoes. If you drove out from Flag today, when you got out about to Winona on Interstate 40, looked over to your left, you saw them cutting away some of those cinder cones right on the side of the interstate there, and they grind that material up and make roadbed material and decorative stones for people's yards. The Sunset Crater and all those volcanoes are over in that direction, but nothing within 60 miles of us. In 1902, a Philadelphia mining engineer and attorney, Mr. Henry Moreau Beringer, was south of here in a little one-horse town, believe it or not, called Tucson. This was 10 years before Arizona was a state, and it was a one-horse town at that time. He was having dinner with a friend of his, a Mr. Holsinger, whose name appears on this meteorite since he found it. Mr. Holsinger was with the U.S. Forest Service at the time, and over the course of their meal, the conversation turned to this big hole in the Arizona Plateau and all of this meteor that everybody was picking up around it. It so intrigued Mr. Beringer that they made arrangements to come up the following day. Upon coming up on the rim of the crater and looking down at this massive hole in the Arizona Plateau, Mr. Beringer's 1900 thinking concluded instantly almost that indeed a giant iron nickel meteor had come straight down out of the heavens. It was as large as the hole that it had punched, and it was laying right under the floor of this crater, just waiting for some smart entrepreneur to come along and dig it up and sell the iron and nickel from it and make $1 million. So he excitedly went back to Washington, D.C. in 1902. He placed 4 placer mining claims on the floor of this crater, which basically gave him the 2 square miles containing meteor crater. His patents were granted and signed by an old hunting buddy of his, Teddy Roosevelt. In 1903, Mr. Beringer formed the Standard Iron Company, and beat it back here to northern Arizona and started looking for his fortune in iron and nickel. His first attempt, obviously, would be the direct center of the crater floor. You'll see a low white mound there if you look out there today, directly in the middle of the floor. He dug a shaft at that point, 10 foot by 10 foot by 180 feet deep. When he got down to 180 feet, he met up with our water table, and all that pulverized coconina sandstone was 3,500 feet of quicksand under his feet. That real powdered-like sandstone mixed with our water that makes a wonderful quicksand is still down there today. 160 feet under the floor of this crater is a bed of 3,500 feet of quicksand straight down. Needless to say, he couldn't shore this shaft up or pump this thing out fast enough, so he abandoned that effort. He moved over to the left side of the crater floor. You'll see another low mound over there with a couple of metal gates on it today, covers, and started shaft number 2. 10 foot by 10 foot by 160 foot later, he found 3,500 feet of quicksand under his feet. Not to be denied, but realizing that he was not going to reach his target by hand digging shafts, they went to the 11 o'clock position on the crater. This picture here is rotated about 15 degrees, but if you look straight out on the crater from outside, this portion of the rim over there, the guidebooks call that a gentle slope. Now, I've been up and down that fuel, and there's nothing gentle about that slope. But anyway, they call it a gentle slope. And he brought to the site, cut trees and brought to the site and created or built a wooden slide down that particular slope. There's a telescope outside. You can look over and still see some of those tree trunks visible up and down that slope. With the help of a mule-driven winch, they started lowering drilling equipment into the floor of this crater. A couple of items remain of that drilling experiment today. Just to the left of the white mound in the center of the floor, if you look out, there's a couple of dark objects. The closest object to us on this side of the crater is a 1905 steamroller that he used for power, to power his drills. That steamroller is about 21 feet long, about 14 to 16 feet high, and is about 7 foot in diameter. I think you'll find it looks pretty small from the rim here. Behind it is a winch system. At any rate, over the course of the next 26 years, Mr. Barringer would drill 28 holes all around the perimeter and diagonally across the bottom of the crater. He brought up a number of pieces of meteorite from underneath the bottom of this crater. Certainly enough to prove to me that it wasn't a volcanic steam blowout if it was meteorite under the floor of it. But at any rate, he read a number of scientific papers, presented his proof to the scientific community during his 26 years, and he was laughed at, ridiculed, and scoffed at the entire time. People still believe in Mr. G.K. Gilbert. One day, Mr. Barringer was out on the property conducting some experiments, firing a rifle at various angles into some thick mud on site. And he found out that regardless of how steep an angle or shallow an angle he shot into this mud, when his bullet hit, he got basically a round crater. He said, boy, I've been drilling straight down for 26 years. What if this thing came in at an angle and buried in a wall somewhere? So he took some very careful measurements of the crater rim at that time, and it's very easy if y'all walk outside and look. The southwestern rim of this crater is approximately 80 feet higher than any other portion of the rim. So he concluded that the thing might have come in from the northeast, which we now know it did, and slammed in the southwestern wall. He started in 1927 his final drilling attempt directly at the 12 o'clock position. If you look across the crater where this red tailing is coming down the side over there, he started his final drilling attempt. When he got down to 1,215 feet, he encountered material that was chewing his drill bits alive. This behind me here is an example of a brand new drill bit that he used. This is what the drill bit looked like after about 10 minutes of drilling. He was literally changing drill heads about every 10 minutes. It took him 18 months to drill 100 feet after 1,215 feet. When he got down to 1,351 feet, his drill bit buried into some material that he could not penetrate, and upon trying to retrieve his bit, his cable broke. He lost the whole rig down the hole. He had expended 26 years of his life and $750,000 of his personal fortune out here, which was extremely great deal of money in the early 1900s. He dejectedly abandoned the project in 1929, returned to Philadelphia, and died later that year at the beginning of the Depression. The property then reverted to his family. The way the mining laws used to work in this country, if you put a placer mining claim on an area of unincorporated land and lived and worked that claim for 10 years, the federal government deeded you that property. And that, in essence, is what happened. He was out here for 26 years, expended $750,000 of his money, and the property was deeded to the Barringer family. They still own it today. But quite frankly, in 1929, the kids did not wish to pay property tax on 2 square miles in the middle of nowhere that had just cost them their inheritance, as well as their father's life. They entered a very diligent 6-year campaign to try to give this property back to Uncle Sam. I mean, literally, try to give it back to the country. If they had been successful during their endeavors, your Golden Eagle passes in all probability would have worked here today. But unfortunately, Uncle Sam, still believing quite heavily on Mr. G.K. Gilbert's findings, didn't really need another volcanic steam blowout, and so they turned it down. The kids then turned to the newly formed state of Arizona to make a state park out of this. They tried to give it to Arizona. Arizona became or reached statehood on Valentine's Day, February the 14th in the year 1912. They became the 48th state of the nation. And the kids tried to give it to the state of Arizona. I wish you could really read the letter that the state of Arizona wrote the Barringer family back. But basically paraphrased, it went something like this. Dear Barringer family, thank you so very much for your kind offer for your nice hole in the high Arizona Plateau. But you see, the state just recently acquired a much nicer hole than yours just west of you we call the Grand Canyon. So, needless to say, the Barringers kept the property. They went into a year-to-year lease in 1935 with a gentleman that grazed and raised horses on this 2 square miles, and that was the only use they could find for the hole. That worked out real fine until 1941. In 1941, we'll have to bring another player into the picture here, and that player's name is the Bar Ranch. You saw some of their signs coming down from the highway to watch out for their baby calves. The Bar was started in the year 1880 by the Chilson and Tremaine family, and they still own it today. They are the 3rd largest cattle operation in the state. They just happen to own and operate the 366,000 acres surrounding Meteor Crater. We're right in the middle of their property here. And this is just their winter range. 16 miles in any direction you care to look is Bar. If you have an opportunity to get up to the wind-blown Moon Mountain up there, there's a telescope up here. It's the highest point on this rim. If you look down to the east here, about a half a mile, you'll see the Bar Ranch down there. They were making their annual cattle drive up from their Payson. They have another 250,000 acres south of here in Payson. It's their summer range. That's where they drop their new calves, and then they drive them all up here for the winter. They're all south of the crater today, so you don't have to worry about them being on the roads out there. But as soon as they get them all tagged and branded, they'll just turn them loose out here. Cows have the right-of-way in the state of Arizona. It's an open range law. So please don't get a cow. It's your fault. I have to contend with these guys every morning coming to work in the RV park down there. They just stare at you. This is funny. You can't blow your horn because that's what they do to call them to feed them. So blow your horn at them, they all go. But in 1941, the Bar was making their annual cattle drive up here in November and encountered this guy with his horses, just like they had so many years before. Y'all are welcome to come off those stairs. That's pretty hard standing there. The problem in 1941 is this man's entire herd was sick. They had a very contagious disease called the sleeping sickness, and the Bar was extremely concerned that it would spread into their herd. Probably would have. If you see or have an opportunity to see any of the Bar cattle, some of the best looking cows you'll ever see. They've really got a sharp herd. They sent a contingent of people to the Beringer family and offered them a long-term lease on this property to finally dispatch this guy with his horses and the problem in the middle of their range once and for all. After about 3 weeks of intensive negotiation, an agreement was struck, and the Barty Bar and the Beringer Crater Company entered into a 199-year lease with option to renew one time. So basically, I think this was signed or was fixing to be activated on December the 6th of 1941. The next day, Japan did some terrible things to us at Pearl Harbor, kind of put the quietus to the thing for about 3 weeks. But early in January of 1942, the deed was done and the Barty Bar took over Meteor Crater. Every morning, Miss Emma Chilson, one of the owner's wives, would make the daily trek from this little ranch property down here about a half mile down, and she would walk up here to a point on the crater rim right here. This is the remains of a stone house that Mr. Beringer built in 1912 to live in while he worked the crater. You can see that it has a dirt road that comes up there, and that really is the culmination of the original road out from Route 66. Anybody that would drive the 6 miles of dirt road out from Route 66, it would curl up the crater rim and stop at this little house right there. It contained this particular piece of meteorite, along with several other pieces of memorabilia, some of his manuals and so forth that Mr. Beringer had written over his 26 years here. Miss Gilson would relieve you of 2 of your quarters, or 50 cents, to take a picture of the hole, to look at all the memorabilia, and believe it or not, get your best lick on this guy right here with a 5-pound sledgehammer. That's why it's got so many nickel-looking marks here. It's had a couple of thousand licks over the years, I imagine, before we got it mounted in here. But it's had some pretty good licks applied to it. There's no sand embedded in it anymore. It's all been blasted out. But you'll see some actual pieces in there with sand glued in these little concave areas here. But the sledgehammer got rid of sand. That worked out just fine until about 1954. In 1954, the Beringer family received so many complaints from visitors coming to the site, it seemed like the Barty Bar was running this outfit with some off-duty cowboys. I don't have anything against cowboys, folks, but they're really lousy with tourists. And if you ask one of the Barty Bar cowboys a question about this hole that he couldn't answer, he would show you the fastest possible way back to Route 66. And it got a lot of people upset that had spent their 50 cents. So they complained. The Beringer family went to the Barty Bar and very strongly insisted that they hire a professional management group and do something about this if they were going to run it as a tourist attraction. That was done and accomplished, and in 1955, Meteor Crater Enterprises was born. We have really nothing to do with the Barty Bar Ranch now, except that we get, there's 2 of their members that sit on our board of directors, and we get about 6 trips a year to the ranch for cookouts, and I hope they don't change that, because those guys really know how to fry some meat down there. Enjoy those trips. But Meteor Crater Enterprises is my boss today. They will undoubtedly run out the balance of the 400-year lease on the property. It's a non-profit organization. We received no federal or state funds at all. All of the monies arrived is due to you purchasing tickets and whatever y'all kindly buy at our shops here. It goes to pay the expenses here, to upgrade the facility, which is done annually this particular time of year. All of the little area right behind y'all in that window right there where the flag is will magically be closed in next spring. There'll be a 95-seat widescreen surround sound theater built in there that we have desperately needed for some time, and you won't have to stand up and listen to me. You can sit down, and I can give you a slide presentation that'll be a lot better. At any rate, 1955, we built our original museum here on this site. It was a concrete block affair. Some of y'all have been out then and remember that building and don't remember this one. It was a museum and a gift shop, and it served us well into 1960. Around this time of year in 1960, we had one awesome windstorm here. The wind speed indicator on the roof of our museum broke, but the last recorded wind speed was 187 miles per hour. the Lord decided to relocate our facility somewhere in the vicinity of Winslow that afternoon. You could have read our postcards out of our gift shop as far away as Holbrook. Pretty awesome. That kind of just took it all the way. The meteor's still sitting here though. It didn't go anywhere. They hired a couple of world-famous architects, a Francile and a Philip Johnston, to come up with designs for a new facility. Francile had a beautiful glass and aluminum affair that set up here. It was about 500 times more expensive than Mr. Philip Johnston's brick design. And you can look around and see what we're constructed of. Philip Johnston got the award, and in the latter part of 1960 and early part of 61, this facility was built. It is so anchored into the rim of this crater that it's guaranteed to withstand winds up to 300 miles an hour, and I guess time will tell if that holds true. In 1960 also, we had another important thing happen here. We had a little college student who showed up here wanting to spend 3 days going over Mr. Beringer's writings and gathering some facts to write a thesis for a master's degree. After spending 3 days here, he became so intrigued that he extended his stay, and total elapsed time ended up 6 months here. The gentleman's name was Eugene Shoemaker. Sure was glad he came. He found, among other things, 2 elements present on the rim of this crater that don't exist on our planet, that had gone totally undiscovered until 1960. He found they are polymers of silica called cobasite and shivasite. They had been formed in laboratory experiments requiring pressures in excess of 20 million pounds per square inch to produce, but had never been found in nature on our planet anywhere. And he found them in abundance on the rim and floor of this crater. He took that finding to other suspected impact sites around the world, and lo and behold, there was cobasite and shivasite just waiting for him to pick up when he got there. So Eugene Shoemaker became the father of the new science of astrogeology at the meteor crater. He also found that in a meteor impact, the hole that is left is totally different from any other hole formation in the world, from a sinkhole or a bomb or a volcanic hole or something cut by whatever. In a meteor impact, the walls of the crater are inverted, or a mirror image of what we would find if we dug down in the earth out there. And it doesn't occur at anything else but a meteor impact. What happened was, when the meteor came in, it made a bowl, 700 feet deep, 4,200 feet across, 3 miles in circumference. After it had expended that initial energy, which was estimated to have been 20 megatons worth of explosion here, after it expended that energy, as it burrowed on into the earth, it tried to move material out of its way up the side of the newly created crater, very much like us running our fist in a bowl of cereal. And the cereal would try to climb the sides of the bowl and spill out and get away from our fist. But the problem was that the material that tried to climb up the walls of the newly created crater encountered rock that was not fractured by the initial impact. So much friction arose that entire strata of rock just flipped like that. So that on the rim of a meteor impact, the coconina sandstone, or the lightish colored rock that you see all over the rim here, we would have to dig down 550 feet out there to find it. And it's on the rim of our crater. The next rim you see is a reddish colored rock. That's not due to iron oxide. It's red mud from an ancient seabed. It's called Macopi sandstone. It's full of fossils. And it's the same rock that you see running up and down the interstate out here, shaped in weird shapes and stuck on top of itself and everything. That's in its normal layer out there. Here on the rim of our crater, it's just 250 feet from where it should be. Directly under it is cobalt limestone. Only other place you can find cobalt limestone is the Grand Canyon. It is your surface rock. That's what you're walking on, the Grand Canyon. It's 2,200 feet higher than we are. All of the limestone has long since been eroded away on our desert out here, but it is the surface rock in portions of Flagstaff and on up into the Grand Canyon. And it's on the bottom of our crater, which is weird. It doesn't belong there. But anyway, that's where it is. Because of the findings that Mr. Shoemaker made here, NASA became very much interested in meteor crater. We were fixing to go to the moon. we had a race to get to the moon. As a matter of fact, now we know we didn't have to race. We're the only people that's ever been to the moon, right? So, but anyway, back then we were trying to beat the Russians to the moon. The moon had a lot of craters. Nobody knew anything about them. Nobody ever been up there. And here was a fellow out here in Arizona that was at a crater and could we had volcanic craters close by. What better location to send the astronauts out here to learn the new science of astrogeology and learn how to identify craters. So every Apollo astronaut was sent to Meteor Crater to be trained personally by Eugene Shoemaker, Dave Roddy, and many other prestigious scientists here at this site. In fact, all of the astronauts, to my knowledge, ever since has come here. We had the Mars landing group here about 5 weeks ago now, testing out their spacesuits. They're pretty awesome. They spent an extra day in our museum for us. We couldn't get anybody out of that room that day. Talking to those 7 guys, they're pretty awesome. But at any rate, Mr. Shoemaker saved the taxpayers about $2 billion. NASA was fixing to let a contract for a core drilling rig to send to the moon to get some core samples. And after their training here, he proved to them that all they had to do is set that little old lander down next to any meteor impact site, walk up to the rim, and what they picked up on the ground surface was subsurface samples of the moon. So they didn't have to drill for them. So that in itself was a valuable lesson learned here. We got some awesome moon rocks as a result of that. In 1964, Mr. Shoemaker discovered the remains or rim of a crater with tovasite and schillasite present in the Yucatan of Mexico. 90% of that guy stretched out into the Gulf of Mexico, underwater. But he found that the USGA had some wells drilled on the land-based rim, looking for gas and oil deposits down there. And after years of search, they found those core samples from those exploratory wells. Oddly enough, in the vaults of the University of New Orleans is where those core samples were. Upon retrieving those guys and studying them, they found out that that was an iron-nickel meteor. It was dated 65 million years ago, and somebody came up with a wise idea, hey, didn't the dinosaurs go by about that time? And they started trying to put 2 and 2 together. A lot of scientists got involved in this program down there, and now what they know, thanks to Alvin and other deep submersibles, they've mapped the extent of that crater now, and they know that it's 142 miles across. They know that it was caused by an iron-nickel meteor 65 million years ago. The meteor was 7 miles in diameter instead of 155 feet. Mr. Shoemaker now has come up with the mathematical formutation of determining the size of the crater versus mass, speed, velocity, and so forth. And not to bore you with all that stuff, basically a meteor, asteroid, or anything coming out of outer space colliding with our planet will knock a hole 20 times larger than it is. That's basically how it boils down. 7 miles in diameter piece will knock a 142-mile across crater. That's what happened at Yucatan. That was very close to a little town called Chicxulub, so they called that Chicxulub crater. Chicxulub in Spanish means tail of the dragon. A pretty decent name for a meteor impact. Now they know that the area was high in sulfur content in the Yucatan down there. Some interesting facts about Chicxulub that I'll throw out. Chicxulub, where we've moved 175 billion tons of earth in 7 seconds here, Chicxulub removed several 100,000 trillion cubic miles of earth in several seconds. Now, I can't even comprehend that, folks. I say that, and that's 1 mile out yonder, turn right, 1 mile over there, turn down, go down 1 mile, that's 1 cubic mile. Now take several 100,000 trillion of those and throw them in the air in a matter of seconds. That's awesome. All of that sulfur mixed with our atmosphere caused a nice little wash of sulfur dioxide fallout, which is an extremely toxic chemical. It fell on this planet, the entire planet, for over 2 years. They now know that it blocked the sun out for 2 years. Temperatures would have plummeted on this planet. It was raining sulfur dioxide, which is extremely toxic, and there's no warmth, and all the plants died, and most dinosaurs ate plants. They died. They now know that you can dig down anywhere on planet Earth that you want to start digging, China, Siam, wherever. You can get to a 1.5-inch band of fallout that they can trace back to the Yucatan with the minerals in the fallout. Below that band of fallout, there's fossils of dinosaurs and many other things. Above that band, there's nothing. So they now know that Chicxulub really did take out over 80% of life on this planet that day. Another interesting fact about Chicxulub that kind of sticks in my mind, we worry about 12 to 14 foot storm surges coming in the Gulf of Mexico with these hurricanes today. We bore it up in the head north. Chicxulub coming down in 90% water inundated literally anything bordering the Gulf of Mexico that afternoon, north and south, with a tidal wave in excess of 7,500 feet high. Where you're now standing was waterfront that afternoon. We have gotten fossils off the rim of this crater dated in rock 65 million years that date back to Chicxulub. We have some of them on display in the little glass cases down here in the rock shop. The third case down on the bottom shelf has an ammonite that's this big around and washed out of the Gulf of Mexico that afternoon. You can find the same fossils in Illinois and Indiana. That was all waterfront that afternoon. It's a long way from Florida. Oh, unbelievable, the power of one piece of something falling out of the sky. In 1993, I'm just about through, patience inmates. 1993, Mr. Shoemaker found something else that was pretty startling. He discovered a comet that was on a collision course with planet Jupiter. In the mankind's history, as long as we've been looking out into space, we've never, ever, in the history of mankind, witnessed an impact of anything on anything, ever. And here was an opportunity to witness a collision between two bodies. Because of his dealings with NASA, he got Hubble, Galileo, and some other guy that I can't remember trained on that event. And we have, courtesy of NASA, a display called the Shoemaker-Levy 9 directly behind me here in the next room. Interactive video. You just ask it what you want to see and see actual Hubble Space Telescope shots of that event. That comet was called the Shoemaker-Levy 9. In the early part of 1994, the gravitational pull of Jupiter was so intense that it sheared this comet apart into 22 separate pieces. We've never seen that done before either. And we've got some actual shots in there of that happening. And in July of 1994, 4 years ago basically, these impacts started occurring. It took 6 days for all 22 pieces to hit the planet. The total energy released by those 22 impacts into the Jovian atmosphere would be equivalent, they estimated, to be the same as Earth's entire nuclear arsenal being exploded instantaneous times 100. Pretty awesome. What got everybody's attention was particle G, the seventh piece. They named it A, B, C, D, E, F, D. The seventh piece, particle G, impacted Jupiter and knocked a crater in that planet large enough to drop planet Earth into. That got everybody's attention. You can see that in there too. They have a little rendition of Earth sitting there at actual size and show you the crater of G sitting there next to it. It's one piece of 22 knocked a whole bigger nuts. Give me a break. It got everybody's attention, folks, quite frankly. Up until that point, until that occurrence, and I guarantee anybody that had an eyeball that could get to a telescope was watching that thing. It was one of the most important events of history, literally was. And it got a lot of scientists and astronomers' attention. Since Galileo invented a telescope, man's been spending more and more money trying to see farther and farther out in space. I mean, we sent space probes, everything to try to see the other end of the galaxy. And after the Shoemaker-Levy 9 impact, our thinking has changed to try to see closer and closer and closer to Earth. They know and have known for some time that over 50 tons of material fall on this planet every day and has your entire life. Over 100,000 pounds of material falling out of the sky every day somewhere on this planet. We've seen it all of our lives. That little streak of light in the sky, we call it a shooting star, make a wish, it comes true. It's a neat thing. We had a nice meteor shower out here about 2 months ago. It was just an awesome light show for 3 nights here. Went through the tail of the comet. And Those particles were lighting up the sky like 4th of July fireworks, and they were just the size of little particles of beach sand, they tell us, is what it was coming through the atmosphere lighting up. It was awesome. At any rate, a group of scientists that got together in 1994 after the Shoemaker-Levy 9 and started looking for objects in near-Earth orbit. They know that there's over 100,000 things out there in near-Earth orbit just waiting to be grabbed by our gravitational pull and yanked on down here that are over 1 mile in diameter or larger. That's their criteria. They're not concerned about the 155-foot diameter stuff like this hole. Even though I personally think that had this guy come down in Central Park, you talk about urban renewal in New York, that would have kind of wiped it out. But unfortunately, they think this is too little to worry about. They've discovered since 1995, when this coalition got together, 227 of these guys. They got a ways to go. They know there's 100,000 of them out there, and they discovered and plotted 227. One of them is the Doomsday guy. Hollywood's jumped on this bandwagon. You got Deep Impact, Armageddon, and everything else in the world going on now, trying to inform you about this guy. The best information that I'll give you is we all have televisions at home. Tune to your public broadcasting system, a science channel called NOVA. If you have access to a computer, dial up nova.com and ask it for a doomsday asteroid. We've got a guy out there, iron nickel in nature, running along at 216,000 kilometers per hour. That's faster than my car. He's due to arrive planet Earth 2012. If he hits this planet, it will knock a crater 6,000 miles in diameter. That's 1/4 of the planet. There's a lot of scientists in the world that's been feverishly at work on this problem. Caltech out in California, ever since 1997 when they discovered this guy's been taking actual pieces of meteor from all over the world and learning how to destroy them. There's a lot of prestigious institutions doing the same thing worldwide. Russia and the United States are in an intensive program trying to figure out how to hit a moving target at 216,000 miles an hour. And they want to put some ballistic missiles on this guy and kind of push him out of our heart. I'm not sure how they're going to hit it to start with, let alone line up 20 or 30 ICBMs and on the side of him and then all blast simultaneously to push him on out of the way. But whatever, I wish him luck working on this. Hollywood's answer is to send Bruce Willis up there, drill a hole in the middle of it, and blow him in 2 pieces and let him pass us. That'd be great. Hollywood's discovered meteor crater. We've had 3 major motion pictures filmed here. We've had Doomsday Asteroid. We had Damnation Alley with George Papard. We had the movie Meteor with Sean Connery and Natalie Wood filmed here. We had most recently Starman was filmed here. Anytime Hollywood's here or NASA's here or anybody's here in training, making documentaries or whatever, we never close this crater. So y'all can all be extras if you come in and they're filming something here. Starman was kind of exciting. The Starman went up a little dirt road and went down in the crater through the old astronaut trail with his girlfriend. And we had 50 or 60 Black Hawk Apache helicopters come screaming across the desert about 20 feet off. And they landed in our parking lot and all around the desert. All the soldiers busted through the revolving doors and right out that door and lined up on the rails out there. You know, they were shooting dummy things down there at Starman and blowing up stuff in the bottom of the crater. It's neat. Neat to watch a movie being made. If y'all have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them for you. If not, thank you for listening to me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Big old thing. Woo, it's windy out here. not necessarily cold, it's just windy. It's windy. Come on, girls!
This way. Come on. We're able to climb up that one.
Do we have to go in now? Come with me, Caitlin.
You were going to climb up that way.
You gotta stay on the rocks. Come on, Caitlin. I'm coming, but now that you gave me the idea, I know you can do this. It's a nice little seat up here.
She's coming.
Woo! I want to find a piece of iron. Okay, girls, come on, let's go. I'm getting cold.
Sitting right here, like this. No, it's that thing.
Okay, I'm turning it off. Say bye.
No, get him all the way on the climb. Good, well done.
But I want to look for rocks.
Maybe I better not take
I
that
want to look
way.
for rocks.
Why? Yeah, there.
You need to take the camera.
Yeah, you can.
I don't even
Freeze
hear
your
it running.
hands,
Are
though.
you sure it's running?
Yes, it's running. It says recording. REC. Here. Here, freeze your hands. Oh, my hands are cold. Oh, I thought that was a rock.
And it was something else. Who knows? Is it recording? How do I stop it?
Hey, baby! Look at that couch.
Oh, let's see, I just missed that. She fell and I missed it.
I found this one.
Plane. During its formation, over 175 million tons of limestone and sandstone were abruptly thrown out, forming a continuous blanket of debris surrounding the crater for a distance of over a mile. Large blocks of limestone, the size of small houses, were heaved onto the rim. Flat-lying beds of rock in the crater walls were overturned in fractions of a second and uplifted permanently as much as 150 feet. Fragments of rock and iron nickel, some as large as a few feet across, were thrown at least as far as several miles away. In some of the shocked meteorites, the intense pressures transformed small concentrations of graphite into microscopic-sized diamonds. A dense cloud quickly rose high above the crater, carrying with it droplets of molten iron nickel, pieces of molten rock, and abundant shocked rock debris. This material rained down as fallout until the cloud drifted away and dissipated. Prior to impact, less than 1% or so of the meteorite was lost to atmospheric heating and ablation as it plummeted to Earth. During impact, however, it is believed that a small percentage vaporized, whereas the majority was melted. Any meteorite material that did not vaporize or melt was intensely fragmented and either thrown out during excavation simultaneously on its floor, while more than 2 million spectators observed from its sloping sides. The first written report by white men was not made until 1871 by a man named Franklin, who served as a scout with General Custer. For years, the crater was referred to as Franklin's Hole. Later, the local settlers named it Coon Butte, and it was thought to be just a...
Now it's recording. Okay. In fact, have her stand over there by the window where you can see the background of the...
Now I can't see her face.
Oh, that's right. Okay, come over here, Caitlin. Snaggletooth.
This is
Go real-
Snaggletooth Caitlin.
Oh, you don't have to move closer. See, there's a
Oh yeah.
button that zooms in.
Snaggletooth.
Oh, that's still too
Caitlin.
dark. Let's open the door.
Snaggletooth Caitlin. Isn't she weird?